This is how big a deal that Taylor is. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the last time you were in Atlanta, Andre 3000 was at the show.
Well, he was
No, we're
at
gonna
the
lie on the radio.
No, I'm not lying. No, I'm agreeing with you. He was at the show.
Yes,
He was at the show.
So the Punchline Comedy Club, for those of you who don't know, is attached to the diner in Buckhead.
Yeah.
The Landmark Diner, and I guess you were. The green room is in the diner, or how did you meet Andre 3000?
The diner's in the diner, Mark.
Okay.
The diner's in the diner, and I was in the diner, and then he was in the diner, and I was like, Andre 3000, listen, and Marcy, who's such a love,
Yeah.
she's like, but Andre 3000 he's so famous here in Atlanta or in the world, but in Atlanta that people they don't go like he's beyond like Tom Cruise or a president. Like
Yeah.
people just go, Andre, I gotta get a picture with you.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's just like. What are we doing here? We're not gonna play around here, you know. But then Marcy was nice, and she's like, he's the comedian, and like so, and at the Punchline, anyways, and then he's like, oh cool, I'm gonna come to your show, and I was like, great, and we'll just end the story there. And people, choose your own adventure. If he showed up and was a big fan,
You never know who's going to show up at your concert.
you know, I assume that he came and he was so blown away that he didn't want to hang out afterwards and tell me good job, but he wanted to also get out.
But might be an urban legend, but I heard after meeting you, Andre 3000 is like, you know what? I'm going to put out a flute jazz album. I'm so inspired by your comedy. I'm going to have. Speaking of celebrities in the audience, though, so you've been doing the stand-up game for a while, massively funny, huge success. Have you ever looked out into the audience and go, oh my God, I can't believe that person is here?
Oh, sure. Well, I have two thoughts. One time, this is like, I've been doing this for 20 years, like maybe like 17 years ago, I did a show and the crowd was like, didn't think I was funny.
Yeah.
And then
It happens.
It happens sometimes. It happened 2 weeks ago. Like I'm saying it doesn't happen anymore,
Yeah.
but one of the people that walked out was like, I don't need this. I'm sweating. It's bad news. It's not going well. And this guy gets up and walks out and I go, is that Luke Perry? And so Luke Perry was like, I can't handle
Luke
this.
Perry had enough of you.
He had enough of me and he left.
And look what happened to him. Yeah, I mean, don't walk out on the
He
Taylor
left the
Williamson
world.
show.
He left the entire world.
He was so disappointed in your performance.
But can I tell you who I met the other day?
Please.
At the Comedy Store, the world famous Comedy Store in Hollywood, California. And I brought my little 4-pound Chihuahua with me, and I was hanging out in the back VIP bar, and then John Travolta walked in.
Get out.
Yeah, and with Tommy Lee, like Tommy Lee is huge too, but like John Travolta is who was there too, and because I brought my dog, which I rarely do, my friend Stryker, fellow radio, a big deal guy like yourself, he was in town from K-Rock in LA, and we were hanging out. I brought my dog with me, and John Travolta comes up. He talks to me with my dog. And if you go to my Instagram, Taylor Comedy, listen, you don't have to see me at the Punchline. You have to watch my comedy special. Just look at this picture of my dog with John Travolta.
How does he look, by the way?
He looks amazing.
Yeah.
He was so kind. He was so present, and for like an hour and a half, we just hung out, and he held my dog. And can I tell you the funniest thing? The Comedy Store, they have this photographer there. So if like celebrities are hanging out, or famous comedians or whatever, they go, hey, can I get a picture of you guys together? Or they take pictures of you guys just talking. So you don't have to be like the douche who's like, can I get a picture with you? Like you can feel cool and feel like a peer.
Someone else
whatever.
take it. Yeah,
you know. And like the listeners don't know, there's people taking pictures of us right now. Like
Sweet pea.
I forget that we're live on the video, but I go to the photographer afterwards, and I saw him taking pictures. I was like, hey, man, can I see the picture you took of me and John?
Yeah.
And he goes, I didn't get one of you and John, but I got a picture of you, your
And the
dog,
dog.
and John Travolta.
Just as good.
So I have a picture of John Travolta and Tommy Lee and my dog. My dog has a picture with them, and I don't, and that's my life.
Did you bring the dog with you to Atlanta?
My dog's in Atlanta.
Oh,
yeah,
excellent. Fantastic.
Yeah.
If you need, I was going to say, my dog sitter's out of town. Otherwise, I got someone for you. Taylor Williamson in studios in the Punchline stage tonight and tomorrow. Tickets online at punchline.com. So you based out of L.A.?
I live in L.A., yeah.
What's it like? So when I'm from Connecticut. When I first moved down to Atlanta, I'd never experienced Chick-fil-A. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. And now Chick-fil-A, 25 years later, has spread all over the country. And it's now in L.A. Do you get judged in L.A. when you go to Chick-fil-A?
I love you, Mark. You know, it's you can't tell people in L.A. that you eat at Chick-fil-A
because they're judgy because of the LGBT.
You know, because the Chick-fil-A has spent a lot of money on causes that hurt the gay community. It's terrible. It's unacceptable. It's wrong. but also the chicken's really good. So it's
Indeed.
complicated. Not everything's black and white, you
Yeah.
know? Like that, so like I feel like in LA, like you can't tell people you eat Chick-fil-A. You'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about, you know? Like I'd never eat that. Ugh, you know? Like I was going through the drive-through one time, it's because I got lost, you know? Like
You have to make excuses for the chicken.
or there was like there was a Chick-fil-A bag in my back seat. I was on a date. This girl, she's like, why is there a Chick-fil-A bag in your back seat? Oh, I was driving my Chick-fil-A and there was I saw a paper on the someone left there. They were littering.
littering.
Of course they're litter. They get Chick-fil-A, consistent behavior, you know. So I picked it up and I was just waiting until I had enough recycling to go to the
Yeah.
recycling center. But here and here in Atlanta, I feel like I could like walk up to a girl, and I could be like, "Excuse me, you're so beautiful. I'd love to take you to Chick-fil-A on a date." And then she'd be like, "Oh my God, I love that." And then she'd be like, "Hold on, let me call my mom." She'd be like, "Mom, I think I met the one, and he's gonna take me to Chick-fil-A on the first date." And then she'd be like, "Don't mess this up. He's a prince," you know. And
It's a different culture. It really is.
I
Because
feel these are my people here.
yeah, I have friends in LA that love Chick-fil-A and they get judged. But here it's a no judgment zone in Atlanta. You can go to Chick-fil-A every day except Sunday. So
Why? Listen, I'm a Jewish guy. You know, why can't they be open as hire Jews? I'd volunteer to work at Chick-fil-A on Sundays.
what's so funny is the founder of the company, Truett Cathy,
Yeah.
used to this show was on Sundays when I first started, and he would listen. He would call in, and he to whatever we were talking about, and I'd be like, Mr. Cathy, how can you call into a radio show on a Sunday, but you can't make me a chicken sandwich on a Sunday?
Fair question.
Yeah, he didn't have an answer. Rest in peace to Truett Cathy.
Oh, he died?
Yeah,
Well, so
yeah.
I can eat there now, right? He was the trouble, right?
You will not be judged going to Chick-fil-A here in Atlanta. Taylor, before I let you go, YouTube special. This is big stuff.
Oh yeah, so listen, I was runner-up on America's Got Talent. If anyone wants to look that up, I lost to a Japanese dancer on America's Got Talent. But what are you gonna do? So I have a brand new stand-up special called Taylor Williamson Live at the Comedy Store. It's my best jokes I've ever told. It's filmed at the Comedy Store. Louis C.K. filmed a special there. Richard Pryor, a bunch of fancy people performed in that place, and John Travolta's been in the building. And so YouTube, Taylor Wilson Live at the Comedy Store.
Just search that.
Yeah, you find
Okay.
it, watch it, all different jokes that I'm doing this weekend, and you see what I'm like, and tell your friends. I don't know.
I got to ask you a question.
Ask me.
AGT.
Yeah.
Did you meet Howard Stern? Was that
Oh
the
yeah.
era?
Oh yeah.
Get out.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was. That was the coolest thing, is having him like be a fan of my comedy, and then going to Sirius over the years, and like seeing him with Ronnie the limo driver, and like he's like Ronnie's acting like he's a CIA agent, like protecting
Yeah.
protecting Howard, and then like I see Howard walk by, and I'm like, wait, I know Howard enough to say hi.
Yeah.
I go, that's a famous person. I go, oh, I know him. They go, Howard, and then Ronnie's like acts like he doesn't know me. But like, Ronnie, we've hung out. Ronnie, what are you doing? And Howard's so sweet, and I'm such a fan. and
Yeah,
I'm sure
that's
you
bigger
are.
than Travolta to me.
Yeah.
Howard Stern.
He was so awesome, and if anyone's interested, on my YouTube, I posted my whole AGT journey. You can see Howard Stern saying I'm weird, and
Very cool.
I walk funny, but he thinks I'm funny though.
All right. Taylor Williamson, Punchline stage tonight and tomorrow. You'll probably see Andre 3000, Big Boy, John Travolta. There'll be some famous folks in the crowd as well.
I swear on Mark's life that they will all be there tonight.
There you
That was
go.
too much. Is that too much? I'm sorry.
And bring him Chick-fil-A. Bring him Chick-fil-A to the show.
That would mean a lot to me.
There you go. Taylor, good